What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. We're on to the final round of the Fantasy Super Saturday is just around the corner. I've been designing my fantasy team on live stream. If you guys missed the live stream, you can go back and check it out on the channel. You can see the chaos that ensued. It took us almost an hour with me in the chat to put together the team that I wanted to go for. Now, this Six Nations Fantasy, the official Guinness one, hasn't really been going my way. I've had good methodology, good ways of thinking about it, and it just hasn't panned out at all. We're into the final week. I am 57th in my own league, which is not good. So you know what? We're doing Hail Mary time. We're going ballistic. So there's going to be a lot of madness in this video, and we're going to take a look at the team that I've come up with. Let me know any changes you would have made down in the comment section. Of course, remembering that I'm also only picking players based on their shirt number. So you can't just have 3 left wingers. You can't have 3 number 8s. It needs to be exactly the player in that shirt on the weekend in that position. And speaking of which, I've just realized I've had to make a last minute change mid-video because I had Ramos at fullback and Ramos is playing 10, so I can't have Ramos there. So I've had to make a last minute change to the team. We're going to check it out. We're going to hopefully hope this one goes a little bit better than it has done in previous weeks. Let's jump into the madness that is this week. Damien Penaud out on the right wing scored very well for me last week. He got 2 try assists, 95 meters made, was looking really good all game. Hoping he can do the same against England. Hopefully he's going to be one of the most useful players out on that pitch, so I'm keeping him on my right wing. Rio Dyer takes my left wing this week. I'm hoping for some big attacking from Wales because it is necessary. They have to have the bonus point to not finish 6th in the Six Nations. So I'm hoping with that mindset, Wales will go on the attack, and if there's one person that's going to be leading from the front, it will be Rio Dyer, hoping to get in there on that left wing. And my last minute change mid-video, George Furbank goes in my fullback position. I can't have Ramos. I wanted Ramos for the kicking option. That's gone out the window. And unfortunately, Lorenzo Pani is not pickable for Italy. I've already picked my Wales players. Barre also isn't pickable for France, and I've used all my Irish players. So George Furbank is coming in. Let's hope that's fate telling me this has to be done, Mad Dragon. In my centre partnership then, Brex goes in the outside centre. Was tempted by George North here as well, because this is his last game, thought maybe he might have a bit of an impact, but Brex has been playing well all tournament. I am slightly leaning towards, I think Italy will be able to take the win. Of course, he got that fantastic try last week. I think as a tactic we could be seeing used against Wales. Ollie Lawrence goes in my 12 shirt, some hard carrying, maybe going up against Deporter, who might be a little bit of a chink in the armour for France. Ollie Lawrence could be seeing him hit those gaps and hopefully make me some good meters made in that game. In the halfback partnership, Jack Crowley goes in at my 10. I think just knowing they just need to take the win in that game, Ireland will be taking as many 3-point opportunities as they can come by. Jack Crowley to get those kicking options, absolutely for me, is going to stay my number 10. And then in scrum half, Thomas Williams had a great game last week, really all over the park, on someone's shoulder, waiting to score a try himself. I'm hoping against Italy we might have a bit more of an open style game, something that will absolutely suit Thomas Williams down to the ground. In the back row, it is just a consistent back row for me. I've put Ben Earl back in the team after taking him out last week across my fantasy team. Has to go back in. I assume everyone is also picking Ben Earl in that number 8 shirt. Tommy Raffel remains at 7 for me. Just a hard-working player, consistently scores those points. Got another 30-plus points last week again. Really good. Leads me onto my 6 shirt. Still an issue. Sebastian Negri is going to go in there for my 6 this week. I don't trust Peter O'Mahony to not get another card. There's a lot of other players playing slightly out of position to cover that 6 as well. Alex Mann could have been another potential opportunity to get in there, but Negri is the boy I'm going to be sticking with. In the lock department, Tyburn stays in at 5 for me. I think he's, again, just another consistent player. I also think Scotland forwards can typically give away some points to their opposition, so loading up on my Irish forwards is the way I've gone for this one. And then David Jenkins back in the 4 shirt this week. Just, again, consistency across this tournament's been really good. Hopefully, big game coming in on Saturday. And then in that front row, carrying on with that Irish technique of just believing they're going to get big points with the forwards. I've loaded up on my forwards. Tyke Furlong comes in my tight head prop. Dan Sheehan at hooker, and Cyril Bay goes in on loose head for France. Most of the props haven't scored too well across this tournament. It's been pretty tricky to hit, but Cyril Bay has been one of the higher performers. It's a bit of a renegade team. There's a lot going on there. In terms of my super sub, Ross Vincent to come on in that second half. Of course, that blinding pace that he has. I absolutely believe he can get up to something in that second half. He comes on at 60 minutes or so. I wouldn't put a try past this guy by any means. And then finishing us out with the captain, which apparently is not in there for some reason down here. I've gone for Damien Penaud. I think a lot of people might lean towards the Wales-Italy game for leaning for your captain. I'm not 100% convinced which way I think that one's going to go. I'm leaning more towards France to be able to take that one, and I'm hopefully believing that Damien Penaud is going to be busy on the day. So he goes in as my captain in that winger. It's a totally different style team to anything I've ever done in the fantasy before. There's a lot of mishmashing. There's a lot of different players in there. Hopefully it's going to pay off for me. Let me know down in the comment section who you guys have picked, who makes your captain, who's your super sub, all that fun stuff. Of course, we'll be going over the results on Monday's video and naming our champion for the first ever official Guinness Six Nations one on the channel as well. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you guys know as soon as that video goes live on Monday as well. I hope you all enjoy an awesome Super Saturday, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.